Hi guys. Hi my sunrays. My sunrays, how are you doing? Hi. I am doing a lo-fi video today because my microphone is not working. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened, but it's okay because you don't need a microphone to do ASMR. You can just do it with your phone. So, I promised to make a video today because my cute little brother-in-law, he is 9 years old. He is my biggest fan. He is my biggest fan. And I wanted to just, dedicate this video to you, Elin, and say thank you so much for watching and supporting my videos. I love you so much. I love you guys. Yes, his name is Elin. It's Elin. I love this author. This is a poetry book. It's definitely more sad poetry than inspirational, but it's also it's good. It's poetry that you need to hear. I am putting on paper clips, putting them on my fingertips so I can tap for you guys. I fear she's just gonna be on the trash can for right now. And I'm not gonna stop her. Oh, she's at the table watching me. Some of them are tangled up, so I have to untangle them. This kind of hurts. I didn't think it would hurt. It kind of does, but it's worth it. It's worth it for the ASMR. I hope you guys have been well. I've been trying to post here and there little bits of things, so I hope that's entertaining for what it is. So it's not really the same as if you had actual nails on, but okay, tapping on the book. This is a meditation bowl. Can you hear it ring? I love using the it's so nice to cleanse the air around you. I love cleansing the air with sound energy. And then I have my water. She is well loved. I got her about a year ago. postage on it. But I'm gonna continue to send them to her because I miss her and miss talking to her. So I have that. And then I thought I would do a little bit of soft-spoken reading. I really enjoy this book and her poems inside of it. She has another book as well. It's called The Light Filters In. So this is When the World Didn't End Poems by Caroline Kaufman. And there are illustrations as well. Those are by Yelena Brinskinkova. I don't know how to say it. There you go. And I don't know if that's gonna be the right way around. So if it's not, I'll flip it in editing. And there's an entry note, and it says, "To the little girl who never cared what anyone else thought, I've missed you. Welcome home." And, you know, a little life update that I have. I recently got married on July 2nd of 2025 this year. So to my mother-in-law, I think that you may find some of these poems healing, some of them gut-wrenching, but I really think that you will resonate with them because they resonate with me. There's an author's note. It says, "A lot of my life has focused on surviving. I told myself I needed to push through my worst days so that I could make it out alive, and I did. But that was when I realized I wanted more out of life than just survival. I wanted to laugh and love and breathe and kiss and sing. I wanted to live. And for me, that required facing a lot of It required facing a lot of difficult experiences, particularly in relation to mental illness, suicidal ideation, self-harm, disordered eating, and sexual assault. So if it's too hard for you to read about these topics, I get it. Please take care of yourself, reach out for help, and do whatever you need to stay safe. These are not easy things to talk about, hear about, or read about, but I include all of it because sometimes talking and hearing and reading can help you heal. I include all of it because writing about the past is what finally allowed me to move forward." Apologies, my cat was in our shoe rack. So with that being said, I'm gonna take a couple sips of water and I'm gonna get into reading this book. There's different sections to the book as well. This one is called What Was. We prepared for the worst, for disaster, stockpiling canned soup and batteries and gallons of water and first aid kits as if it was as if there was some chance at survival. We marked our calendars, counted down the days, and no one would admit it, but we were calm. Nothing prepared us for the calm, for the comfort, for the relief that we would never have to clean up the mess we created. But then, we opened up a window and saw that the world was still there. And to be honest, none of us knew what to do. Survival was the only outcome we weren't prepared for. Arithmetic. I still count on my fingers. You laugh as I lay my hands out on the table like a small child trying to add the tip to the total. You tell me you have never seen someone fly through calculus, but still get stuck on elementary school mathematics. But that's how it's always been. The complicated, easy. The simple, more difficult. And it's okay for a while, until you wake up and you're an adult, and you don't know how to take care of yourself. Until you wake up and you're an adult, and you don't know how to ask for help. I was so distracted by getting to the finish line that I forgot to pace myself. I was so distracted by growing up that I forgot the basics along the way. I'm gonna skip around so that, we can get different stories in here. There's a little girl on this page. Little girl wears pigtails. Little girl is not afraid of anything, even monsters in the closet. Little girl splatter paints the walls and is proud of it. Little girl puts her hair in a ponytail and then chops it all off. Little girl does not have much hair for a while. Little girl is brave. Little girl is kind. Little girl cries when she holds a hamster for the first time. Little girl teaches herself how to roll her R's and make a taco tongue all by herself. Little girl loves to dance and sing and run around during recess. Little girl wears big pink goggles when she goes swimming. Little girl is strong. Little girl is determined. I am a book with the pages all worn, the cover tearing. The ink is fading, but I swear I'm worth the read. I'm sorry if you were bored of always seeing my pain overflow, but if I do not let it pool between my hands, I will have nothing else to give you. As a kid, I could never decide on my favorite season. I would watch the first leaves start to turn golden on the edges and swear that fall was my favorite. And then late November would bring the first snowfall with a few flurries in the night, and I would smile and promise that it was winter. The buds on the trees would start to peek out, and suddenly my favorite was spring. School would end and I changed my mind. It was definitely summer. And looking back, it's such a beautiful idea to have your favorite moment be the moment right in front of you. Looking back, that's all I ever wanted, for the best part of my life to always be the present. How it all ends. Oh. After T.S. Eliot. This is the way the world ends. A fade off into the night, not with a bang, but a whimper, a muted dying of the light. This is the way our lives end, our pulses will fade away. No final words in the heat of the moment, rather, dusk at the end of our day. This is the way we end the anticlimactic goodbye, not with a flame, but a whisper. No strength left in us to try. I go to the doctor with one request. Cut it out of my brain. Make me forget it ever happened. They tell me that's not possible. They're sorry. They cannot help me. How am I supposed to move on then? Most days, my depression is just a piece of me. Other days, I am just a piece of my depression. It is one of those days. I'm gonna go back to the book of the contents of the book. I'm gonna go to page 55 to what could have been. It's the center part. I actually, really quick, I had this page bookmarked, and not this page, but the page to the left of it. I think this is remnant. It speaks to me, so I'm gonna read it. After him, I am so scared of being hurt again. He kissed me again and again and again, and I still find myself whispering, "This is mutual, right? You're sure you like me, right? I'm not just making things up, right?" It may sound silly, but he taught me that someone could love and laugh and promise and still not be so sure. He told me that someone could love and laugh and promise and then one day change their mind. Okay, and now I'm gonna go to 55. This is the art for what could have been. Little girl, tall snow boots, even taller banks of snow, jumping from large footprint to large footprint in order to make it through the sludge. It's almost a game. See if she can walk the path without making a mark of her own. One day, not today, she will decide to break away, dragging her feet through the cold and uncharted. One day, she will learn the importance of leaving her own footsteps. When you subconsciously show up in everything I write, I almost don't care that you will be gone soon, because I get to have you now, and I am so in love with now that I almost don't care if it fucks me over later. Almost. This page says, I think that this is one long poem, so I'm going to read it as if it is. When I see you, the violas swell, the heart begins to play, the woodwinds chime in, and the entire symphony rises. This is not a metaphor. When I see you, you're looking back at me. You laugh as you miss your cue, and the music rushes past you. This is not a metaphor. Don't turn this into a metaphor. You look back at your music. You pick up your violin. The cellos cut out. The flutes fade away. I live an entire concerto in the 5 seconds it takes for you to catch up to the world again. And suddenly, there is no more you or me. There is only orchestra and audience. I don't want this to be a metaphor, but it is. You are the musician, and I am the crowd, staying long after the show is over, hoping that maybe, just maybe, you'll come off stage and you'll become more than just a performance. But you never do. Forgive me, I don't know how to explain this in any other way than a metaphor. When the applause dies down and people put on their coats and the theater goes back to being hollow again, I will still be here when the curtain closes and you pack your things and the chairs and music stands are all put away. I will still be here when the spotlight turns off and the house light turns on and you are no longer a performer, but a person. I will still be here. You are not a performer. You are a person. I just hope to God you know that. And now I am going to skip to what became. Apoptosis. I don't know if I'm saying that right. There are parts of myself that I had to get rid of to get here. I used to think growing was simply evolving, but there's also shedding. There's also loss. There are people who hurt me and shaped me and found their way into my cells. In order to move on, I had to scrub them away. The sick cells had to be destroyed. The damaged pieces of me had to be removed. And sometimes I found that loss can be a synonym for growth. I don't know how, but I'm here. I don't know how, but I'm happy. I don't know how, but I will make this a life worth living. Do not forgive me. I am not sorry. I do not owe you an apology for writing about what happened. I do not owe you an apology for how I choose to cope. I do not owe you an apology for trying to make the hurt not hurt anymore. The hurt still hurts. Let me deal with this in the only way I know how. This one is a series and it's called The Seven Deadly Sins. Lust. I do not know what to call this. I sing along to the radio on the car ride home and pretend she's there, sitting in the passenger seat. She's filled with fire and I can feel her radiating. She is filled with fire and we are told to keep our hands away from flames. I do not know what to call this because I've never felt the need to reach for the spark. I've always been able to keep my distance, but suddenly the pull is too strong. I do not care about anything else. She is filled with fire and I want to get burned anyway. Gluttony. I pour my feelings for her into cake batter, stir for 30 seconds, slide it into the oven, and let it raise. When it comes out, it smells like sugar and spice and everything nice that I want but cannot have. So I stuff it down. I swallow the memories whole and hope the hydrochloric acid is corrosive enough to break them down into nothingness. My stomach is starting to hurt, but maybe that's just the ache in my gut from all of this longing. I've never been able to tell the difference. Envy. You say he put his arm around you and I feel my heart turn to stone. I am nauseous from all of this want. You tell me what you like about him and what doesn't feel quite right. I try not to talk and just nod my head. You write a song about him and sing it to me as we sit on the floor, but I cannot help but look for myself in between the lyrics. This one is pride. I do not change the pronouns when I write about her. I find the kaleidoscope in my chest and show it to the world, not with fear, but with faith. I do not write to convince you. All these ripped seams are beautiful. I do it to convince myself I can be stitched back together again. They tell me to be careful with my words, to dull my pencil down before I use it, but I will not listen. Watch me split the earth with my bare teeth. Watch the shatter from my resonance, and watch me use my middle finger to sign my name under it all. It's weird because I should be upset, right? My life is a complete mess. Barely getting by in school. Absolutely no plan for the future. Falling for the wrong people over and over again. I should be stressed. I should be frantically trying to put the pieces back together, but I'm not. My life is a complete mess, and somehow I'm the happiest I have ever been. Science suggests that if time can move forward, it can move backward as well. If you break a bone, you should be able to unbreak it. If you bleed out, you should be able to bleed back in. Scientists have figured out how to unboil an egg, how to cook it completely and then uncook it, how to go back in time by moving forward. I don't trust time because I've traveled through it before. My heart was broken and then it was whole. My thoughts were tangled and then I untangled them. I lost happiness and then found it again. Every day I go back in time by choosing to move forward. This world tried to kill me, but I do not hold a grudge for attempted murder. I came back with forgiveness, with excitement, tail wagging and eyes wide open, like a dog finding its way back home after being laughed at the curb over and over and over again. I think that's the only way to get through this life, really, to pant and shake and lick your wounds and forgive once you find your way back home. Because if the world is to blame for you losing your way, then the world is to thank for you finding it again.